I'm Emily, and together we're studying the Course in Miracles workbook together. Today it's time for lesson 49. God's voice speaks to me all throughout the day. It is quite possible to listen to God's voice all through the day without interrupting your regular activities in any way. The part of your mind in which truth abides is in constant communication with God, whether you are aware of it or not. It's a very hopeful sentiment. It is the other part of your mind that functions in the world and obeys the world's laws. It is this part that is constantly distracted, disorganized, and highly uncertain. The part that is listening to the voice for God is calm, always at rest, and wholly certain. It is really the only part there is. The other part is a wild illusion, frantic and distraught, but without reality of any kind. Try today not to listen to it. Try to identify with the part of your mind where stillness and peace reign forever. Try to hear God's voice call to you lovingly, reminding you that your Creator has not forgotten His Son. We will need at least 4 5-minute practice periods today, and more if possible. We will try actually to hear God's voice, reminding you of Him and of yourself. We will approach this happiest and holiest of thoughts with confidence, knowing that in doing so, we are joining our will with the will of God. He wants you to hear His voice. He gave it to you to be heard. Listen in deep silence. Be very still and open your mind. Go past all the ruckus shrieks and sick imaginings that cover your real thoughts and obscure your eternal link with God. Sink deep into the peace that waits for you beyond the frantic, riotous thoughts and sights and sounds of this insane world. You do not live here. We are trying to reach your real home. We are trying to reach the place where you are truly welcome. We are trying to reach God. Do not forget to repeat today's idea very frequently. Do so with your eyes open when necessary, but closed when possible. God's voice speaks to me all through the day. And be sure to sit quietly and repeat the idea for today whenever you can, closing your eyes on the world and realizing that you are inviting God's voice to speak to you. Isn't that beautiful? So 4 5-minute practice periods and repeating the day idea as much as possible otherwise throughout the day. And again, you're closing your eyes when you can and just saying, God's voice speaks to me all through the day. For those 4 5-minute practice periods, you are sitting quietly in silence and just listening. If you find yourself getting distracted, repeat the idea again. And as this is speaking to, we're starting to learn that there's 2 parts of our mind. One is in reality. It's at peace. It's speaking to God. In many other spiritual practices, this is called the higher self. And the other, but it's generally called self, so I've always thought it as a separate person. This book has helped me realize that it's a mind. Reality is really mind, and it's 2 parts of a mind. And the other part of my mind thinks I'm here, thinks I'm this body, and is just kind of a mess, separated from my source, at least thinking that I am. So we're going to be really focusing and tuning into that higher mind, that mind that's connected to God. So take your time today, repeat the idea, and have a blessed day, remembering that God is always speaking to you, that you matter so much, that you are never alone. And when you have those feelings, it is simply an illusion. We are together. You matter. Be blessed.